welcome to this edition of Canton Contact. I'm your host, Peg Stevens. My first guests today are here to tell us about several upcoming Spotlight Players productions that are set to take place at the Village Theater at Cherry Hill. Here with all of the information is Russ Thomas, director of Heaven Help Me, along with the producer of Heaven Help Me, Joe Arcel, who is also a board member of the Spotlight Players. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome, yeah.
I know that you have a lot of wonderful productions in the works, and before we get to all of those details, Joe, why don't you start by telling us what exactly is the Spotlight Players?
Be happy to, Peg. Spotlight Players is a 501(c) nonprofit community theater company, and we're right here in Canton.
Excellent. And what groups comprise Spotlight Players?
Okay, the core group is known as just Spotlight Players. This group is of all ages, and the group primarily focuses on performing main stage, and we do primarily musicals. The second branch, or the branch of Spotlight Players, is our senior group, known as Still Got It Players. We invite actors, tech people of all ages, primarily actors from 50 and older, and we primarily concentrate on doing comedies. And the third branch is the Spotlight Youth Players. This group, of course, is for the youngsters and young actors from ages 6 to 20 years who perform the youth shows.
Excellent. And I know you've been around for a long time and you do such quality work, and you have some great shows that are currently in production.
Yes.
Russ, why don't you tell us about the storyline of Heaven Help Me?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Thank you. So Heaven Help Me is a story about the Holloway brothers. So the three brothers, and they are trying to save their business. They have a family business, the Luscious Onion chain of restaurants on the East Coast, and they basically have down to their last dollars. Most of the restaurants are losing money, so they have to sell their family beach house. So the show itself is set in the family beach house. And we then learn once we're there that there is a fourth brother who has died 10 years previously, Fred, and he is haunting this house. So I don't think I want to share a whole bunch more because there's a lot of cool surprises in the show, but that basically is a good synopsis of what's going on in that show.
Oh, it sounds very intriguing.
Yeah.
Now, when are the shows taking place?
The show opens on May 17th. It runs through the 20th, so there's a total of 5 performances. So we have a Thursday evening opening night, then we have a Friday evening, 2 on Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, great. And what age groups do you think that this comedy or this production will appeal to?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you should ask. The website lists it as PG-13. So there definitely is some adult themes. Wouldn't recommend this for little ones. It's obviously there are Annies coming up soon. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. That definitely is going to be an all ages show, whereas this is definitely a little bit more for the older kids and adults.
Ah, good to know.
Yeah.
Now I understand that this is your directorial debut.
It is.
How is directing? Is it everything that you imagine?
You know, it's interesting that you asked that. The crew and cast have been amazing. So that is the thing. You know, you go into, you do a bunch of planning. You study and you have a vision for what the show is going to be, and then when you actually get there and you see it actually coming together, it's really an interesting experience because I've acted before, but I've never directed before, so it's definitely an interesting experience.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, how are rehearsals going?
Rehearsals are going amazing, and it's funny, we were joking about it before we got on the air here today about being off book. So that's a term, if folks are not familiar with what that exactly means as far as theaters is concerned. Basically, it means putting your script down and actually knowing the words that you're supposed to say. So you hope to do that before the show opens. So we've been, experimenting with having our cast be off book now, like a couple weeks before they need to be, and they're doing amazing. So they're about 70 to 80% off book now before. So I mean, again, the characters are amazing, and it's been a great experience.
Excellent. And how large is this cast?
There are 6 people. 6 people in the cast, so it's a real nice little ensemble cast.
Oh, great. And a lot of people who are working behind the scenes.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the crew, along with Joe, we have Lynette, who's also co-producing, my wife, Lindsay, who started as Dolly in Hello, Dolly, I believe that was last season. So she's
Sure.
my AD, and then we have Cindy Fry as our stage manager. So we have some amazing folks, not only who are going to be on stage, but behind the scenes, like you said.
Excellent. A lot of good teamwork.
Absolutely.
What messages would you say are portrayed in this particular play?
That is an excellent question, because to Joe's point a moment ago about the Still Got It players obviously focus on comedies, because the main stage stuff's a lot about musicals, and maybe the kids are doing whatever the kids are doing, but it gives the opportunity to kind of see comedies. So obviously we hope people laugh. There are a lot of great funny parts in it, but what's really great about this story in particular is there are a lot of poignant moments as well. So there's a lot of range of emotions, and I expect our audiences to not only laugh their faces off, but also maybe even shed a tear here and there throughout the show, and that's what makes it so much. It was amazing to see that in the production.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
One of the great things about Spotlight Players is that you have these wonderful opportunities that anyone in the community can take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
What could you say to entice someone who's watching to step into the ring, throw their hat into the ring about directing a future production?
Well, I think it's important to focus on knowing the show that you're going to be directing. I mean, that's going to be an obvious thing. Again, having an excitement and a passion for making your vision come to life. I mean, and even to go a step further beyond directing, I think it's important for folks to always remember they're welcome to come and be actors too. Because part of the beginning of this process is the whole audition process, and sometimes we're finding that we're not getting as much of a turnout as we would like in some respects. For maybe folks feel like, oh well, they got enough people, they'll be all set. But we are always looking for directors, we're looking for actors, we're looking for the technical side of things, crew members. So it's not even just at a director's sense. So yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you have a lot of great productions in the work. Joe, what can we look forward to seeing the rest of the year?
Before I go into that, I just want to add one little caveat to Russ's production, and that is for the first time, we're going to have the actual playwright, Joe Simonelli from Staten Island, New York, as a guest for 3 of our shows. So it should be interesting how the audience perceives him to be, and of course what he has to say about what we do.
Oh, how exciting!
No pressure at all.
No
No pressure at all.
Oh, you'll do fine. I'm not worried about that. Now, the other productions that we can look forward to.
I'd be happy to, Peg. First of all, Annie is our upcoming show, which of course opens on April 27th, okay? Everyone knows about Little Orphan Annie through the cartoons and everything, and it's a wonderful musical production. That will be at the Village Theater, of course. Friday and Saturday performances are at 7:30, and the Sunday performances at 2 p.m. Tickets are between the $16 to $18 each, and they can be purchased by calling the box office at 734-394-5300 or visiting CantonVillageTheater.org. Tickets are also available to purchase at the box office 1 hour prior to showtime. The Village Theater, for those who may not know where it is located at 50400 Cherry Hill in Canton, of course. Peg, this is, I'm sure, of interest to you. We are pleased to perform a special sensory-sensitive performance at 2 p.m. on Saturday, May 5th, for those children and adults with sensory or disabilities. This show will not have been possible without a wonderful sponsorship through Yazaki, Lee Stevens Machinery, Eklund Precision, Big Frog, the Better Business Bureau, the Gingerbread House, and of course the Great Village Theater. Seating for this performance will be limited, and the house lights will remain on during the show, and of course there will be no use of pyrotechnics during the performance. Tickets for this performance are general admission and are priced at $7 per tickets for the disability adults and children, their caretakers, and family members. The ticket price for this show includes also a backpack, a t-shirt, light refreshments, and of course a meet and greet with the cast afterward.
How exciting.
Now this requires a special code to purchase these tickets. And to attain that special code, you can call Melissa Francis at 734-776-6948 or emailing her at melissa2976@hotmail.com.
Excellent. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you're offering that special performance for the community members who need that extra special,
Yes.
the lights on, and
Yes.
that's a great opportunity.
We've done that before, Peg, and it was extremely successful and most beneficial to the cast members. They really, I think they even put out more than 100% just to appease, these disabled people.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we're almost out of time, so where can folks get more information about Spotlight Players?
Well, you can call us at 734-394-5300, or you can contact spotlightplayersmi.org. Okay.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for dropping by and telling us all about these exciting productions that are in the works for Spotlight Players.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Thanks so much for having
Yes,
us.
Thank you.
We will be right back with more Canton Contact.
Afternoon.
Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road so that everyone can make it home.
Welcome back to Canton Contact. My next guest is here to give us an update about what's taking place over at Canton Club 55, which is located in the Summit on the Park. Here with all of the exciting information is Adult Services Recreation Specialist Stephanie Diego. Stephanie, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Peg. How are you today?
Great, thank you. And thank you so much for stopping by to give us an update on what's happening over at Canton Club 55.
Yeah, anytime.
I understand that you have a very special trip that you're offering. What can you tell us about it?
We do. This year we're partnering again up with M Parks, and we're going on their Grand Experience trip up to Mackinac Island. We were able to do it last year back in October, and it was just a beautiful trip. We go for 2 nights, 3 days, and it's a wonderful experience, and people get to stay in the Grand Hotel. So they were telling me it's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They get to participate in activities while they're there, tour the island, have some lovely fudge, and just enjoy the weather.
Excellent. Now, when is this trip taking place?
Yeah, we're going to be leaving October 14th, and we're coming back October 16th.
Wow.
So just when the colors are changing.
Oh, it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that they offer a lot of special amenities, and can you tell us about all the exciting opportunities that are available?
Yeah, so last year I had the opportunity to go and lead some programs. So there's like, you can make beaded necklaces, there's golf tournaments, there's horse carriage rides. You can learn how to make fudge. They have a kitchen tour, learn about the history of the island, the Grand Hotel, watch a movie, play fudge for bingo, or play bingo for fudge. There's a lot of different opportunities there. And then you have some free time too, so you can experience what Mackinac Island has to offer.
Absolutely. And I understand one of the great things about this trip is the great price.
Yes, so if you were to go by yourself to the Grand Hotel for 2 nights, you would pay probably over a couple $100 than what we're asking for. Because we're going with M Parks, we got a great deal. Rooms start at $465 per person. And that includes your 2 nights with a number of activities, your food, almost like an all-inclusive vacation.
Oh, it sounds like a wonderful opportunity.
It is.
Now, who is qualified to take advantage of this special discount?
Yep, anybody age 50 and over. So one person in the room has to be age 50. But if they wanted to bring a daughter or son or a grandchild, they can do that as well. And then it's open to everybody, residents, non-residents, whoever wants to come in. It's a great gift to give to parents or loved ones, and they would just have to register with us before the end of May.
Excellent. And then how do they go about registering?
They can either stop in the Club 55 at Summit on the Park. they can give us a call or they can go online at www.cantonfund.org.
Wonderful. And I understand that folks who've taken advantage of it previously loved it, came back raving about it, and there were some who chose to take part in the activities and some who chose not to.
Correct.
So is that still an option?
Yep, they can do as much as they want or as little as they want. We had people that were sleeping in till 11 o'clock because they haven't been able to sleep in a long time. And then we had people that were up with the birds and walking around the gardens and participating in all the activities.
Excellent. Are they still offering that kind of behind-the-scenes look at the Grand Hotel?
They are. And it's a really interesting, if they get a chance to go and attend the history lecture, it's a wonderful experience just to learn how piece by piece the hotel was brought across the lake with the wood and made. So.
Oh, and that registration date again?
By the end of May.
By the end of May. Yep. Fabulous. Now, I know you have a lot of other exciting opportunities.
What's
next?
We have our Ladies' Night next Friday. We do still have some spots available for that. So this is our first ever Ladies' Night. We're doing a fashion show. We're doing bra sizing. We're coloring people's hair. We're going to be doing nail painting, have some makeup artists come in as well, some vendors. It's just going to be a fun night with ladies. There's going to be wine tasting and henna tattoos as well.
Excellent.
So it's Friday night, April 27th from 6:30 to 8:30. And we ask for registration prior to, and they can come and stay as long as they want, or just come and look around, and then they can leave if they wish.
Oh, sounds like a fun opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that your purse and jewelry sale will be returning. When is that taking place?
That takes place in May, so May 10th and 11th. We moved it to a Thursday and a Friday this year, and that will be taking place in our Parkview room here at the Summit on the Park, and it's open to everybody. So we're going to be open our doors at 9 a.m. They close at 3 p.m. and there's jewelry, scarves, buttons, rings, anything you can think of.
Wallets.
Wallets we'll have.
All at great prices too.
Great prices. So it's a wonderful event. We use this as a fundraiser for our senior center, and all the funds return back to our programs.
Excellent. I understand it's cash only for that.
Cash only for that one, yes.
Excellent. And we're almost out of time, but can you tell us about your summer games?
Yes. So I'm excited to let people know that starting June 4th, they can register for our summer games. This is our 3rd annual summer games this year, and we'll incorporate anything from sports activities over to card tournaments. So we have something for everybody. So the games will take place at the end of August, but registration will start June 4th, and we're going to be starting to get information out soon.
Oh, wonderful. Now, you mentioned so many great programs and services. Where can folks get more information about all of these wonderful offerings?
Yes, they could always stop by our center, look at our monthly newsletter, The Prime Times. They can check us out on Facebook as well for Canton Club 55, or visit our website at www.cantonfund.org.
Excellent. Stephanie, thank you so much for stopping by and giving us the update on Canton Club 55.
Thank you for having me.
We will be right back with more Canton Contact.
Canton has 3 of the top 10 most dangerous intersections in Wayne County. They are all located on Ford Road at Haggerty, Lilly, and Canton Center. A majority of Canton car accidents are rear-end accidents. While driving, be sure to leave a safe driving distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. The main purpose of a safe driving distance is to give yourself time to react and brake for a vehicle or object that suddenly stops in front of you. Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road so that everyone can make it home.
This plus this equals this plus this and this. Don't drink and drive.
Welcome back to Canton Contact. Join me now to tell us about several great shows that are headed to the Village Theater at Cherry Hill this spring is Canton Performing Arts Coordinator Joe Kavoriak. Joe, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Peg, thanks for having me.
I know that you've been very hard at work putting together a great lineup for the rest of the season. What can we look forward to this spring?
Sure, no problem. One of a show coming up May 12th is Tim Kubart, who is a children's musician. He actually won the 2016 Grammy for Best Children's Album. So I'm very honored that we have the opportunity to bring Tim in to entertain children and adults at the Village Theater. What else is interesting about Tim is he's also part of the group Postmodern Jukebox, which is a YouTube sensation. They have about 4 million followers, and he's known as the tambourine guy. So he has a little reputation in that circle as well. So something, entertaining for all ages for that show. And it's May 12th at 2 p.m. and tickets are available now at cantonvillagetheater.org. It'll be very high energy, and I'm sure he'll encourage people to get up and move around and dance around with him, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And the kids love him, because I understand he also has appeared on the Sprout channel.
Yes, he's also a host, producer, director, writer for the show Sunny Side Up, which was on Sprout, which I believe is now on Universal Kids. And then he also has written music for Sesame Street and is quite a very, very accomplished children's musician.
Oh, so what a unique opportunity to
Yes,
see him right here in
definitely.
Canton.
That's correct, yeah. And that's May 12th at 2 p.m.
Excellent. What else can we look forward to?
Sure. Actually, Tim is going to be kicking off our Acts of Culture Week. So every week, Canton Township hosts a week where we try to bring attention to the arts. This year is, I find, particularly special because we also have the Detroit Institute of the Arts Inside Out project throughout Canton Township. You'll see replicas of different pieces of art. And then we also have a full lineup of things coming to the theater as well. We have our annual Acts of Fashion, which is a fashion show with some music and a lot of fun. That's on May 18th. And then we also have the Canton Concert Band that on May 20th at 4 p.m. And they'll actually be doing music from different movies. So you'll hear some music from Jurassic Park and some other very big blockbuster named movies. And then we also have Heaven Help Me, which is a comedy being produced by the Still Got It Players, and that will run May 17th through the 20th in the Biltmore Studio, and that will be, it should be a lot of fun. It's a comedy.
Oh, it sounds like it. And this is a very special week. If I understand correctly, it's the 8th annual Canton Acts of Culture Week, and it is presented by the Canton Commission for Culture, Arts, and Heritage.
Correct. Yeah.
And why do you think it's important to shine the spotlight on arts and culture in a week-long celebration?
I just think a week-long celebration, it's an opportunity for us to really focus and highlight things that we do, honestly, throughout the whole year. But in this particular, just take the time to communicate to our residents that these are some things that are really important to Canton Township and to the Cultural Commission. And so for people to take a look at it, kind of an entry point into exactly everything that we're doing.
Absolutely. And the DIA Inside Out program is fabulous because I believe we have about 11 or 12 replicas of masterpieces all throughout Canton, and they're beautiful to get up close to and explore.
Yeah, and this way you don't have to go very far. You can, for a lot of people, just step right outside your door and take a look and see what's out there.
Absolutely. Excellent. Now, I understand that you have one of my favorite groups headed to the Village Theater this June. What's taking place during your 80s party?
Oh, during our 80s party, we have the Square Pegs, which is an 80s cover band, and it's going to be a lot of fun. What we're trying to do is really provide an experience that's more than just going to a concert. We're encouraging people to dress up. There's also a prom court because we're doing it in the theme of an 80s prom, and so not only encouraged to dress up, but also if you share us and use that hashtag Canton 80s party, or excuse me, Canton 80s prom, then you can have an opportunity to be nominated for our prom court. There'll be opportunities at the event as well. And then we'll have the concert put on by Square Pegs, and they'll cover a little bit of everything from the 80s, from that whole entire era. And then we'll also, this event's unique because we're actually encouraging people to hang out because we're going to have some activities going on after the show as well.
Excellent. And are those prom-related activities
Yes,
as well?
prom-related activities.
Oh.
We're pretty much going to have a school dance afterwards.
Oh.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And there'll be balloons and
Sounds
lots
like
of,
it.
yeah, a good time. And hopefully a unique time for people to go out and get somewhat dressed up and have a good time.
Fabulous. And that date again for that one?
That's June 2nd, and that's at
for the
7:30
21
p.m.
and over
Yes,
crowd?
it's a 21 and over event.
Excellent. Joe, we are almost out of time, but if
Okay.
you wouldn't mind telling folks where they can get more information, find out where to get tickets and ticket prices.
Sure, absolutely. Tickets are always available 24/7 on cantonvillagetheater.org or by calling us Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 734-394-5300.
Excellent. Well, Joe, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about this great lineup that we can look forward to at the Village Theater at Cherry Hill.
Thanks, Meg.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Canton Contact.